Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are looking at another one of the Lego Ninjago sets. This is the Dragon's Rising young dragon, would it be Riyu? Having the name that we have and having done one of the dragons already, I figured, this is another nice little set to have. Having, someone with a wolf mask or whatever adds a little extra flavor for doing some like a Dungeons and Dragons theme or something like that, and then having dragons in there as well is going to be a lot of fun to be able to have and then throw out for doing all the other miscellaneous silly things that I do. So let's kind of get into this. It's only 132 pieces, so it shouldn't take too long, but I will say that while I get into doing this, I will kind of mute and we'll get some video footage of me doing this and go from there. So we do have 2 bags. It's not a lot. And of course, then we have our booklet here. So we'll get into putting this together and we'll see what the finished product looks like. I don't see any stickers, so everything that's here is going to be pre-printed onto the figures, the pieces and all that, which is very nice, especially for the kids. We don't have to worry about them trying to get the stickers on there and then kind of getting them a little off. Even for us older individuals, sometimes I'm not the best at putting them on, although, I like to think I could do pretty good. But, there again, being honest, sometimes I flub up too. So, without further ado, we'll get into this and we will get this put together. So, hopefully I'm doing this. I'm obviously opposite my phone here, trying to do this. So looking at everything here, I was wrong. We did have 4 stickers, so we do have 4 stickers on here. This is more of a dragon than what our last one was. Our last one was really a wyvern. This is a dragon. It is a young dragon, a little on the pudgy side, but you know what? It is very cute in that regard. I don't have a problem with it. It looks nice. We do have the 4 legs here, so obviously we could have it up on its rear legs, kind of looking down here, and kind of upset. Maybe I can balance it with the tail. Here we go. Maybe even trying to give a hug to one of our characters or something, or possibly even trying to swipe at our dog face or dog masked character. These threw me for a little here to begin with, because it is another variation of how we're doing our scabbards here for our katanas. So it does fit in there fairly nice, but like I said, it is a different way of doing it. It's multi-layered, so I could have another katana going this way. So we could have one person holding the katanas and the other one with our other weapon here. Not exactly certain how you really want to label that kind of weapon. Part of me says kind of like a scythe here, but kind of not. So, and it's got a nice dragon look to it. So as you can hopefully see here. It's got a nice dragon look on the top, and then it's got either a blade. It looks like the blade should be on the inside, but I'm not 100% certain. You know, if you're following the cartoon, I'm sure you're getting a much better idea than I am, because I have not been following the cartoon on this. And, you know, it puts me at a little bit of a disadvantage in that regard. And of course, she's got some headphones on, so it's kind of nice there. I can get the sword there. And it is kind of nice having the face coverings here as well. We have a Kopesh sword for our villain here. If I can get that on there correctly. All right. And you can see that this is definitely a mask. It's kind of all done up here. You know, the face structures are pretty nice. Obviously, whoever this is, they're wearing a mask here, and it kind of covers up the back of the face. And then we have hair and all that stuff. Kind of like they have a clan symbol or something like that on the back. Some nice print on the front. And these as well have some nice print on the front as well as on the back. And again, I'm hoping that I'm doing this a good justice here, because, you know, where I'm opposite of the camera. Normally I have the camera in front of me. I decided to change things up a little bit. And of course, we could always put people on the back of our dragon here. Kind of put his head up here. All right. So now the only thing I have is a question is the sword's going to get in the way? And it doesn't seem like they are. So, and there we go. Not very many spare pieces. All we have are just the 2 out of this small little set, which isn't too bad. Kind of keeps everything in perspective. And it's a nice, fun little set, especially for, you know, those looking for fantasy creatures. Having dragons and everything else, which is one of the nice things I will say of Ninjago that I've seen over time in that, although I really wasn't thinking about picking up creatures in that for quite a while. We really had not been doing much in like a Dungeons and Dragons or something that I was thinking about getting fantasy creatures. But seeing that we've done a little bit of D&D and then we've done some Fallout and everything else, you know, I'm just trying to get a range of things. For me, not only are these nice little sets to have, but the other thing is this all gets to be different props that I can have to bring out for doing those games. So an adult way of playing with Legos. And to really just kind of hilariously think of it in that regard. And it is fun. I don't have to paint things. And I know I've said it in the past, my hands cramp up. You know, I'm not a young kid anymore when I'm trying to paint. So if I can have something that's pre-painted and all that stuff, that works really good for me. Like I said, he is a little on the pudgy side, but it's not a bad thing. I mean, it's a young dragon eating well. Will one day turn into a great, great dragon. And it's just kind of going from there. So, you know, just kind of giving a nice little spin around here. It's interesting how the tail ends up here. So I don't know if this would be kind of considered as a rock dragon, maybe. You know, as we have all the different subclasses of dragons, and I know that they've done a little bit of that in the Ninjago line. So there's always that possibility, and here we are. And of course, Ninjago is taking a little bit more of a Japanese or Chinese view of the world, and their dragons are different from your Eastern dragons. So this is a little bit of a mixture, I think, and it does a pretty good detail of doing that. So with that being said, thank you so very much for joining me today. It's always wonderful having you here. And I will see you in the next video.